And welcome back, and we've got a very special guest on the show this morning. He's all the way down from the Winchelsea Blues. It used to be called the Gun Club down there, but not a shot fired in error or in anger anymore these days. He's the coach of the Winchelsea Blues, Luke Rayner. Good morning, Luke.
Morning, gents. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming in on a pretty cold Saturday morning. And this is probably a different regime to what you're normally used to first thing Saturday morning.
Absolutely.
But welcome, and tell us a little bit about yourself, mate. You've been at Winchelsea now this year after taking over from David Mensch.
Yep.
And things are going a little bit sort of pear-shaped at the moment, but what's going on?
Listen, we've certainly got our challenges. We had, I was appointed to the role, I think, back in about mid-October last year. So in between sort of that period and when I guess pre-season started, we lost about 18 or so senior players. So I think it's fair to say that we're starting all over again.
Yep.
I think the club will probably learn from the past in terms of, I guess, the players that they've recruited to the club potentially haven't been the right players. And when I say that, I don't necessarily mean from ability or talent or whatever it might be, but when you have a large group of players, e.g. the 8 from Lawn, if one goes, you sort of lose 8. So we sort of probably won't go down that path again in terms of our recruiting. But we're starting again. Listen, in terms of this year, I'm actually really comfortable and really happy with where we're at. I think we've shown some good signs of improvement internally from where we started to where we are now. And we've got a tough run home. We've got all the top sides again to sort of close out the season. So in terms of measurement of improvement, it certainly won't be about whether we can win more games. It'll be about how much more we can compete with the better sides. And we've lost to some of those sides by 20, 25 goals. So can we reduce the margin? Can we bridge the gap? Can we be more competitive for longer? That sort of type scenario. I think we're at about 39 players that we've played this year. We've played 6 under 18 kids.
That's good. Good, yep.
We've played as young as 16-year-olds this year. So, and we've got a really good, strong core group of 19 to 22-year-olds that I think if we can keep together for 3 or 4 years, and obviously with hopefully some good coaching and some good development, I can see that group being a really strong core group for 3, 4, 5, 6 years out at Winchelsea, and then we just sort of throw in some quality around them year to year and address the needs as we go. So I see it as a bit of short-term pain, Dick, to be honest. I'm really comfortable with where we're at. I think the club's really comfortable with where we're at, and we're sort of starting a journey together that hopefully will bear some fruits at some stage.
Well, let me throw some names at you. Mensch, Holmer, Oliver, Gurison, Van der Klooster. There was one more, Mackenzie, gone to Belmont. You lose players of that ilk. I reckon you, along with probably East Geelong, have had the most mass exodus of really good players. Now, it's fine to say we've got kids coming through. Winchelsea juniors are probably reasonable.
Yep.
You do have to find somebody from somewhere else, don't you?
Yeah, no doubt at all. I think though as well, you need to have a good core group, and you need to have a core group that's willing to sort of stay together for a period of time. And I think that's what we'll have at Winchelsea. I'm not saying that they're going to be the group that necessarily deliver the ultimate success, if you like. There's no doubt that we'll have to be aggressive but also targeted in our recruiting, which we'll certainly do. We'll be proactive. Obviously we can start that process now, and we have. So yeah, listen, we'll certainly go about it, but I think what's really important, and my experience in footy, especially at local level, is whenever you can sort of get some years where you can get some really good solid retention, so that you're not retraining the group year on, year out, I know when I coached Torquay, we were turning 15 out, bringing 15 in.
Yeah,
15
exactly.
out, 15 in. And you're delivering the same message basically over and over again. So for the poor buggers that do happen to stay, they get sick of it as well.
Oh, they do.
So the coach's message gets dry and stale and all the rest of it. So it's a real hard act to try and sort of balance. So, like I say, I think the group that's coming through are young enough that we can develop and improve, but they're also winch boys that we want to form part of the real core group of what we've got, and then we'll throw some quality around them.
But when you say short-term pain, you've probably got no better president to back you up on that than Daniel Gretzky. I've seen him around the traps. I see him on Facebook. He's just so passionate about the Winchelsea Footy Club, and you couldn't have a better bloke backing you up. When you do have some of these big losses, he'll just back you up to the hilt right to the end, won't he?
He's been great dogs, and you know, my hat goes off to him in terms of the amount of work he does for this footy club. It's pretty amazing actually. So obviously he still plays as well in our 12 PM team, and yeah, he's a tireless worker. You're right, he's 100% passionate. I think, you know, he's a young president as well, and I think, you know, he'll admit that he might have made some sort of errors in judgment over sort of his previous couple of seasons in terms of, you know, probably trying to find the formula that suits and is right for Winchelsea.
We all make them.
Yeah, so listen, I think you know, he's a great story, and he's a great advocate for our footy club. And you're right, him along with the rest of the committee, as I sort of said, we are all on the one page. We're all certainly buying into where we want to go, and you know, I've sort of got no doubt that we'll get there. We're just going to have to be a bit patient.
You've got young Boxer Nichols out there helping you.
Yep.
Has that silly old galah of an old man, have he's got out and tried to tell you what to do at all, old Eric? Has he done that yet?
I actually ran into Eric for the first time a couple of weeks ago at Geelong West.
Did he tell you what you're doing wrong?
I've known Eric for a long time, but no, he was actually very complimentary and
He's a lovely man.
very positive. And listen, Boxer's a terrific figure, I think, to have out at our footy club, especially with a lot of the young guys coming through. And he'll be a really important figure in terms of providing some development moving forward.
Look, just wind the clock back a little bit and correct me if I'm wrong. Did I see your name associated to go to AFL at some stage? Did you make a
Yeah, I was drafted
list?
from the I was drafted from the first year of the Geelong Falcons in
Is that Carlton?
1992. Carlton,
Yeah, I did see that. You're looking good for your age, mate. You're not bad for it. You've got
Yeah,
a
right. He might be able to get a bloody game there at the minute too.
Everybody else can. I got a letter.
Yeah, no,
So
for 40 years of age, and
Yeah, oh, you keep yourself like me, mate. You look after your body. That's the main thing.
spot on.
So tell us, mate.
You look after it all right.
Grovedale and Torquay, they were the two clubs basically that you played most of your footy with before you got to Winch.
Listen,
associated with?
to be honest, I've had a fair journey, Dick.
Tell us a little bit
I was a
about
Grovedale boy. Played Geelong under 19s as a 16-year-old. The inaugural year of the Geelong Falcons, drafted. Had a couple of years at Carlton, a year at the Kangaroos. I came back to Grovedale. There was a good core group of us: Daniel Fletcher, Matty Bruin, Sean Ridden, so forth, so forth. So that good core group. We got Grovedale into a couple of years of finals. Waffle, 98, 99, West Perth. Coached Myrtleford in the Ovens and Murray for 3 years.
Crikey.
Wow.
Wagga Tigers for a year and a bit. Back to Perth for 5. Torquay for 3. And now here I am at Winch.
So,
I had Geelong Falcons coaching for 2 years, assistant, and also assistant at Essendon VFL last.
so before long, mate, you might have a little bit of experience behind you. Just keep at it. Keep at it, mate.
Stick at it, mate.
Listen, Luke, thanks very much for coming in, mate. We're out of time. It's unfortunate. Sometimes we'd love to go on with some good interviews like yourself and hear what's going on. All the best to the Winchelsea Blues. I know it's going to be a pretty lean season this year, but if you can see some light at the end of the tunnel, as they say, for 2016, it's all worth it. And I hope they reappoint you, mate. I reckon you're on the right path. It's like that great president you got out there at Winchelsea. So
I'm
thanks for
definitely
coming
going around again, so
Good on you, mate.
Looking forward to year 2 next year.
Fantastic. Thanks, Luke. Luke Rayner, the coach of the Winchelsea Blues Footy Club. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about all the action on this afternoon. Back after this.
From all the league to show them how to play and form a mighty team. The pride of our region with all our favourite sons. Never ever be